I hope these kids literally just like, I wish something bad happens to them, you know? Like, I really do. Don't care what happens to them. Don't care. Get hit by a bus, tortured by some murderer or something. Don't care. I just legit don't care. I feel no, like, someone could shame me on Twitter and shit. I wouldn't give a fuck. I really wouldn't. I just think they're the saddest motherfuckers. If they had a gun, they would shoot people in real life. If things were wrong in their life, they would act in ways that are just heinous. You know they would be doing some real fucked up shit to compensate. Beating up people, raping people, shooting up schools. Fucking anybody that plays this game, that does that shit, you are no different. Like,
okay, Neace just said the most wild thing ever on his stream, and I am not exaggerating when I say this could get him banned, and this is legitimately crazy. Like, I've talked about Neace wanting people to get hit by buses and just going completely insane on people he's teamed with in League of Legends, but this is just another level. He pretty much is like Jigsaw in this clip right here. He goes completely insane and mental for quite an extended period of time. It's not even just like one like burst out. It's an extended period of pretty much psychosis. I don't even know how else to explain it, but I'm gonna get into this. Alright, so getting into it here, Neace is losing again, and he's getting really upset.
Literally just like, I wish something bad happens to them, you know? Like, I really do.
So he's obviously mad at his teammates.
It's like, I don't even wish any like ill will on people. But these kids that like choose to waste others' time in game for some sort of sick, twisted sense of like power that they derive from it. Don't care what happens to them. Don't care. Get hit by a bus, tortured by some.
You said get hit by a bus many times. That way you're saying tortured by a murderer. I want you that to sink in. Tortured by a murderer. Imagine how brutal that is. Like, imagine hearing that. And obviously he's 06. I think he's going 07 after this. But that's just extremely an abuse of his power when he says he wants people to be tortured by a murderer. Like, that's not okay, Neace. You've already said people should be hit by buses multiple times. You've already called your teammates school shooters and said imagine if they get guns and stuff like that. But now you're going to say that they should get tortured by a murderer? That's just not cool, and that's against Facebook TOS, wishing violence on other people. Yeah, I'm gonna actually go over the game, too, that he got so mad about. Okay, and during this game, it seems like he doesn't even have any trolls. He just has an underperforming team, and you know, you have to move on from this. I, myself, just had a Pike Smite in a game recently, and it was just completely lost, even though I think would have been a free win otherwise. Sometimes you just have to move on, but Neace is not willing to move on this game, and he just wished brutal, excruciating death upon his teammates. But I'm gonna hear more about what he has to say. I don't think there's any excuse for what Neace is saying right now, though. And it's not like it's just a one-short outburst. He's wished his teammates get hit by buses so many times in the past that, like, I can't even fit them all in, but yeah, I'm gonna continue.
Don't care. I just legit don't care. I feel no, like, someone could shame me on Twitter and shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna shame you,
I wouldn't give a fuck. I really wouldn't. I just think they're the saddest motherfuckers. These people are just the people that do this shit are the saddest, like, lowest low.
Not
like,
the plat.
Again, if they had a gun, they would shoot people in real life.
Okay.
If
now he's insulting their characters, saying if they had a gun, they would shoot people in real life. Neace likes to get political in this regard on stream all the time, and it's just really weird. It's super insulting to his teammates. He doesn't even know what they're saying because he doesn't speak Korean. And to me, it just seems like they're underperforming, and he gets mad at them for underperforming and saying that they're going to murder people and that they should be murdered brutally. That's just... And he's not even joking when he's saying this. Like, you have to realize the weight behind these words, too. And this is obviously, I think, bannable. I would report Neace for this, by the way.
Wrong in their life, they would act in ways that are just heinous.
You're the one acting in the heinous way, Neace.
League of Legends is full of these people. It's thank God they have this game. Thank God they have it, because if they didn't have...
Neace, you're the one saying heinous things to them, okay? You're the one who's, I think, been chat restricted on your account before. You're the one who is hard stuck. Like, you need to accept what your own faults are, and stop saying that other people on your teammates are horrible people just because they're underperforming.
Have it that you know they would be doing some real fucked up shit to compensate.
No, we don't know that.
Beating up people, raping people,
okay.
shooting up schools.
Now he says they're gonna rape people and shoot up schools. Again, this is just further tarnishing their character for no reason. That's, like, not cool at all.
Fucking anybody that plays this game that does that shit, you are no different. Like, that is, you are one step removed.
Yep, inting people in League of Legends is equivalent to his one step removed from raping people and shooting up schools. Like, I can't even, this is almost not funny. What are you saying here? Like, this is legitimately horrid. Like, I have interns myself, and I get mad a little bit, but I don't say that they're rapers. Like, it's a video game, Neace. What the fuck?
From that type of shit. There is no way, there is absolutely no universe where you go to something that you are supposedly passionate about and you know that 9 other people are passionate about it and decide, I'm going to ruin 9 other people's time when you've spent thousands of hours playing that game.
Are they even trying to int you? I don't even know.
You have to be an
Frankly.
absolute bottom barrel shit person. Like, there's no way, right? There's no way. How? What else could it?
It's a video game, Neace. People, you don't have to be a bottom barrel person to int. Like, I bet you could be a good person, donate to charity, and then just get upset when, you know, maybe something unfortunate happens to you to the game, and like not focus that hard and maybe not care about it too much. No one on his team troll picked or like went Halo Blades Lux with Smite like I had in my last game. So I don't know, Neace.
What else could you possibly be? Like, it's just stability. That's the only reason, like, that they don't do anything worse. Like, life comforts and shit that they have.
Then you should be supporting them,
feeding
Neace.
Fucking,
if that's actually
like,
true.
Trust fund? Like, how the fuck else can these people do this shit?
And by the way, Neace is insulting the community that he coaches too, which I find interesting because the people he coaches are often, like, people who are just completely insane with horrible mentals too. I mean, pretty much most of the community is, and that's not even that bad, but it's amazing because half of his chat is the people that he's flaming.
Understand.
Like when you're in plat,
and that was the other thing. Why do I?
Like when he's in plat, he can't expect his teammates to perform perfectly. But I'm just gonna get onto more of his jigsaw twisted, warped mind.
I even play that game out. Like, mathematically, why do I play it out? Look at this. Look at that game. I sat in that game for 32 minutes. Why do I even play it out? There's no point. There's no point.
I mean, here he is just coping again. He's really upset about losing. I mean, you have to wait into it. You have to sit it out because if you AFK, then you get LP penalty. You know, it's always winnable too. If your team's not FFing, maybe there's a reason for it. But I do get it sucks, Neace. You just can't say these stuff about people. It's just not cool. When you're trying to be such a pillar of the community and built up your channel around being such a strong mental, good coach person and person in general.
Like, what's the point? I might as well surrender at 15. I mean, I know that they're like so rarely ever gonna have the spine.
Yeah, you can try to surrender at 15, Neace. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, the game has it built in so that you can try to. Just look at him.
Mass negative, mass negative, mass negative across the board. Just crazy.
I mean, they're trying their hardest.
It's just wild. I can't imagine it.
I want to point out, like, these people are like only one step above from gold. This is truly like low-y low, no matter what Neace says about it. So people can't be obliged to necessarily take it completely seriously.
I cannot imagine.
But the way he's sitting here just pisses me off. He's just like smirking at his team. I don't know.
It's just crazy. It's been a non-stop troll session. Think about how far a Hecarim game has come. It's just been a non-stop troll session.
All right, let's look at Neace's match history. Is it really a non-stop troll session? Okay, this game, did he have any trolls? I don't know. Maybe the Ashe was a bit of a troll, but his team actually all tried, at least during Champ Select. Game before that, his team all tried. Like, I'm like looking through this, and I'm trying to find people who legitimately inted. Here is one that legitimately inted. But the thing is, like, Neace, you have to realize that there are going to be occasional legitimately enters. The rest of these people are all pretty much trying, at least in some capacity. And sure, people aren't going to be trying their hardest because it's not high elo, or maybe because like people just take this game for fun, right? You've had some difficult games, but you know, sometimes people underperform, and sometimes it's your fault too, Neace, when you're playing a jungler and like someone gets camped and you aren't ganking them. I don't think that most of these games necessarily even have a troll. I think they just have people underperforming a lot of the time.
I swear, these people, there's no hope for them. They just have no
hope for them. That's pretty harsh.
And it's like they're an army. Dude, it's like an army of these people. Look at it. Look at it. The Malphite, before I went live, I had the same exact type of Malphite player. The same dude. Wasn't ulting anybody. Was like griefing it. In a really close game. 0-11. Same thing here. This was on me.
Okay,
I said it earlier.
And this,
right
like,
here.
it may not look that bad because at least he's not calling his teammates rapers and murderers and that they should be murdered anymore. But he is, at this point, it's more just this is him proving he has a bad mental and he is not willing to climb mentally. And like, you know, it's okay for the average person to have this mental, but it's not okay for a coach like this who claims that they were going to hit Challenger and to always preach this to his students that there's no excuses to say this. So, like, maybe you should be actually thinking about what you can play better. This game, for example, you went 10 deaths. You went the most deaths of anyone in this game, besides you tied with your Syndra. So I would consider what you can do better these games. I wouldn't just be saying it's my team's fault and they should be murdered and they're one step away from rapists because they performed poorly in my game.
Just mass negative, like they don't give a fuck. And they feed it.
I think they do care, Neace.
I don't know. I don't think they're betting. I think this is really just their culture, man. I think this is what they do.
Well, I think what's going on here is Neace hasn't played the game in forever, and he doesn't realize that not everyone is obliged to take the game 100% seriously. And obviously that sucks if you're trying to take the game seriously. But it's not like people are inting, and you'll see this on the other team Neace plays against a lot too. And yeah, Neace might be getting a little bit unlucky with his teams in this past stretch, but he's still 0-7. He could have won some of them. He needs to stop saying that his teams are murderers and rapists.
Look at it. Just this dude, remember, fighting in a wave. The same thing next game, fighting in a wave. They know.
I mean, Neace, you just need to stop having this victim mindset.
That's crazy.
And yeah, I'm gonna pretty much end it here. He continues to like pretty much fight people in his chat and ban them and stuff, and continue to live in his narcissistic echo chamber. But yeah, let me know about what you think. Is it right to say that the people he plays with are pretty much rapists because they perform poorly in League of Legends? What do you think about that? Do you think that Neace is gonna get banned from Facebook? Should he get banned? Love to know any thoughts, comments from you. I'll be reading them all. So yeah, see y'all.